You know that moment in the pasta aisle when you grab the familiar box because it's on special, or it has some big front-of-pack promise like high protein or gluten-free? Most Aussies think pasta is the safe, boring option. But here's the twist. Some pasta products are quietly overpriced for what they actually are. Some lean on marketing that sounds healthy, but only makes sense if you never read the back label. And some end up on official recall lists for reasons that really matter if you're feeding kids, pregnant, older, or dealing with allergies. In today's video, we're exposing 7 pasta brands and pasta products Australians should think twice about. We'll break down the pricing tricks, the label games, and the recall patterns using information you can check yourself. And at the end, I'll reveal 3 pasta picks that are actually worth your money. Plus, I'll show you the exact label tricks to watch for so you can spot these issues
yourself next time you're shopping. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you might change how you shop forever.
Now, let's kick things off with number 7. 7. Aldi World Kitchen Energize High Protein Chicken Pesto Pasta, the high protein chilled meal vibe commonly found at Aldi. On the surface, it's the perfect trap. It looks like a gym-friendly convenience meal. Chicken pesto pasta, ready to go, and the packaging does a lot of heavy lifting with that high protein positioning. But here's what they don't tell you up front. This exact product was listed in an official recall alert because of an undeclared allergen: cashew. That means anyone with a cashew allergy is not just uncomfortable, they can have a serious reaction. And when the problem is undeclared, that's the point. The label is the safety system. If the label fails, the shopper fails. The recall notice also spells out it was sold across multiple states, not
Just one small batch in one suburb. So the risk here isn't theoretical. It's about trust. If you're buying a packaged meal because you don't have time to read the fine print, you're relying on the fine print being right. Who should be cautious? Anyone with nut allergies in the household. Anyone buying ready meals for work lunches where you might not keep the packaging. And anyone who assumes Aldi brand automatically means simple and straightforward. The better approach? For convenience meals, make allergen checking a habit every single time, even if you've bought it before. And if you're buying high-protein pasta meals, compare them to a basic protein plus plain pasta at home. You'll often get more control and fewer surprises. But that's not the worst of it. Number 6 involves a contamination risk that can turn a casual lunch into a real problem. 6. Fresh Frontier Spicy Chicken Mango Pasta Salad, the fresh deli-style pasta Salad, commonly found at IGA and Farmer Jack's in Western Australia.
This is exactly the kind of product people trust. It's chilled. It looks like a light, fresh lunch. And the word fresh does something to your brain. It lowers your guard. Now, here's the part that matters. This product was published in an official recall alert due to microbial contamination. Listeria monocytogenes. That's not a vague quality issue. Listeria is one of those food safety words that gets serious fast, especially for pregnant people, older people, and anyone with a weakened immune system. And the recall notice isn't fuzzy about it. It names the product sizes. It names where it was sold. It even lists the date marking, so shoppers can check the exact pack. So, what's the real lesson here? Not never buy pasta salad. It's this. Chilled, ready-to-eat meals are only as safe as their handling, storage, and production controls. And when something goes wrong,
it's not always obvious by smell or taste. Who should be cautious? Anyone buying ready-to-eat salads for pregnant family members. Anyone meal prepping with chilled deli products and stretching them a bit too long. Anyone assuming use by is tomorrow, so it's safe today. The better approach? For chilled pasta salads, treat the use by date like a hard stop. Keep them cold from shop to fridge. And if you're shopping for vulnerable people, consider buying ingredients and making a basic version yourself. It's not as convenient, but it's far easier to control. And if you think that's bad, number 5 shows how a label mistake can mess with your safety checks, even when the food itself might be fine. 5. The St. Food Co. Pesto Chicken Pasta, the Heat and Eat cafe-style pack, commonly found in Queensland retailers listed in the recall notice. This is a different kind of problem. Not contamination, not an allergen, a labeling error. Specifically, incorrect best before date. Now, people argue about this all the time. It's only best before, not use by. Sure, but here's what the label is supposed to do. It's supposed to give you a reliable timeline so you can make a safe decision, especially when it's a chilled, ready-to-eat style meal. And when the date is wrong, that whole system breaks, because you stop trusting the one thing you use to decide whether to eat it today, tomorrow, or toss it. This matters even more because chilled meals already have a shorter life, and they often sit in fridges that get opened all day, get moved around, and don't always stay perfectly cold. So what's the practical risk? People eating it later than intended, or people throwing it out early, wasting money, and then taking bigger risks somewhere else to make up for it? Who should be cautious? Anyone who relies on best before as a guide for meal planning across the week. Anyone who buys chilled lunches in bulk. And anyone feeding kids where you don't want maybe it's fine meals. The better approach? With chilled, ready-to-heat pasta meals, look for brands that show consistent, clear date marking. And if you ever see a recall for date errors in a product line, pause before buying it again until you're confident the issue is resolved. Speaking of labels that protect you, number 4 is a perfect example of why undeclared allergens are non-negotiable. 4. Backcountry cuisine, spaghetti bolognese and mushroom bolognese, the camping meal pouch category, commonly found at outdoor and camping retailers and sold online. This one is a reminder that pasta isn't just the supermarket shelf. Aussies buy pasta meals everywhere. Camping stores, online, adventure retailers, and a lot of people buy these because they're simple and shelf-stable. Now here's the issue. These products were listed in an official recall alert due to an undeclared allergen, egg. And the warning is clear. If you have an egg allergy or intolerance, you could have a reaction if you eat it. That's not marketing talk. That's a direct safety statement. What makes this extra tricky? People buy these for trips. They pack them. They throw out the outer packaging. They share them with friends. And they often eat them far from medical help. So the risk here is multiplied by context. It's not just wrong label. It's wrong label in a situation where help is not nearby. Who should be cautious? Anyone with egg allergies. Anyone buying camping meals for mixed groups. Parents packing these for older kids on camps. The better approach? If allergies exist in your group, keep the packaging until the trip is over. And don't assume camping food is simple. Read it like you read a supermarket label. All right, if you're still watching and finding this helpful, do me a favor. Drop the number 47 in the comments. It helps me know you're getting value from these investigations. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn notifications on so you don't miss the next one. All right, let's keep going with number 3, Woolworths Chicken Pesto Pasta Bake, the family-size comfort meal tray, commonly found at Woolworths. This one isn't on the recall list, so what's the problem? It's a classic case of expectation versus reality. On the surface, it sounds like a proper chicken pesto meal, but read what the pack actually says. The ingredients list spells out cooked pasta is 34%. Water is listed right after that, and the chicken is 14%. So when you buy chicken pesto pasta bake, the main thing you're paying for is pasta and water, with chicken as a smaller slice than most people picture in their head. Now look at the pesto. The basil pesto component includes a preservative, and it specifically lists preservative 224, which is sulfites. Some people are sensitive to sulfites, and if you're buying this for a household where someone reacts to sulfites, this is exactly the kind of ingredient that gets missed because it's buried inside the pesto breakdown. Now check the sodium. 223 milligrams per 100 grams, and the pack is a single serving of 350 grams. So if you eat the whole tray, you're not getting a tiny bit of sodium, you're stacking it. This is why per serve can be sneaky. If you eat the whole pack, you need to do the whole pack math. And here's the money part. The unit price works out to $2.29 per 100 grams. That's the kind of unit price where you should immediately compare it to making pasta at home, even with decent pesto and chicken, because the gap can be huge. Who should be cautious? Anyone watching sodium, anyone sensitive to sulfites, and anyone buying this thinking it's a high chicken meal. The better approach? If you want this flavor, buy plain pasta, pesto, and a simple protein. You can control the chicken portion. You can choose a pesto without sulfites if you need to, and you can usually cut the unit cost sharply. Now, number 2 takes us back into the pasta aisle, where one word on the front can triple the price. 2. Barilla gluten-free spaghetti, the mainstream gluten-free box commonly found at Woolworths. First, a quick reality check. If you need gluten-free for medical reasons, this isn't about shaming gluten-free products. It's about value and clarity. Because gluten-free pasta often gets priced like a premium product even when the ingredient list is still pretty basic. This one has a unit price around $1.38 per 100 grams. Now compare that to a basic budget spaghetti that can be under 20 cents per 100 grams. That price gap can be the difference between pasta being a cheap staple and pasta becoming a luxury. Now check the ingredients. Instead of durum wheat semolina, you're getting a blend of flours and starches. It's still a processed formulation, just using different base ingredients. And here's the subtle trick. Many shoppers see Barilla and assume the same Italian-style simplicity applies. But gluten-free pasta is a different product category. You're paying for specialty manufacturing and certification, not necessarily better taste or better nutrition for the average shopper. Now look at the protein. This one lists about 6.5 grams of protein per 100 grams. So if you're buying it thinking, this will keep me full like regular pasta, you should actually compare the panel, because regular wheat-based pasta can be notably higher. Who should be cautious? Anyone buying gluten-free without needing it. Anyone assuming gluten-free automatically equals healthier. And anyone getting hit hard by grocery bills right now. The better approach? If you don't need gluten-free, don't pay the gluten-free tax. If you do need it, compare unit price across gluten-free options and watch for specials, because the difference between brands can be real. And if you think that's expensive, number 1 is the ultimate pasta aisle trap. Health positioning that's priced like a supplement. 1. Veta Smart Protein Penne, the high-protein, lower-carb pasta, commonly found at Woolworths. This is the big one, because it looks like a smart swap. The front leans on high protein and lower carbs, and it's positioned like the modern solution to pasta guilt. Now, here's what the shelf tag won't explain. The unit price sits around 80 cents per 100 grams. Compare that to budget spaghetti around 18 cents per 100 grams. You're not paying a little more, you're paying multiples. So the question becomes simple. What are you actually buying?
Look at the ingredient list. This isn't just pasta. It includes added wheat gluten and oat fiber. That's how the protein gets pushed up. And yes, the nutrition panel reflects it. Protein is listed at about 24.9 grams per 100 grams. So the product is doing what it claims. But here's the catch. This is still ultra-positioned food. It's engineered to hit macros. And it only makes sense if you specifically want that outcome and you're willing to pay for it. Because most people don't eat pasta dry.
They eat it with sauces, cheese, meat, legumes. So the protein of the meal is usually driven by what you put on top, not just the pasta itself. Now here's the other label trick. The serving size is 100 grams. That's dry weight. A lot of people don't realize how big that becomes once cooked. So when someone thinks, "I'll eat a serve," they often end up eating more than they planned. And then the lower carb
Framing becomes less meaningful because the portion grew. Who should be cautious? Anyone buying this thinking it's automatically better. Anyone who doesn't actually track protein goals, and anyone trying to cut grocery costs. The better approach? If you want more protein in pasta night, add it. Lentils in the sauce, tuna, chicken, beans, even Greek yogurt in a creamy sauce. You'll usually get more protein per dollar than paying premium for engineered pasta. Now that we've exposed the ones to avoid, it's time to shift gears, because not everything on Australian shelves is trying to trick you. Here are 3 pasta picks that are actually solid. Essentials pasta. Spaghetti. This is the boring pick, and boring is good. The ingredient list is short. Durum wheat semolina and wheat flour. That's it. No claims, no gimmicks, and the nutrition panel is straightforward too. Around 12.7 grams of protein per 100 grams, and sodium is tiny single digits per 100 grams. Now the money. 90 cents for 500 grams is the kind of pricing that keeps pasta in the cheap staple category. And when the unit price is around 18 cents per 100 grams, you've got room in the budget for better sauce, better cheese, and a real protein. Practical note. You'll usually find it lower on the shelf, not eye level, because the premium stuff fights for your attention. La Molisana Spaghetti. This is your worth paying a bit more pick. Why? Because it stays honest. The ingredient list is simple. Durum wheat semolina. Not a long science project. And the nutrition panel shows higher protein than many basics, around 14 grams per 100 grams. So you're not paying for a marketing claim. You're paying for a more premium dry pasta that still plays by the classic rules. And yes, it's more expensive than budget pasta, but the unit price is still easy to check if you buy. You're choosing quality and texture, not a gimmick. Practical note. If you want to stretch it, mix half premium spaghetti and half budget spaghetti in the same pot. Most people won't even notice. San Remo wholemeal spaghetti. This is the Australian-made wholemeal pick. If you want more fibre from your pasta, wholemeal is a clean way to do it without weird additives. And San Remo's own product listing clearly positions it as made in Australia from 100% Australian ingredients using durum wheat. That's the kind of sourcing statement shoppers say they want. And it's checkable. Now, wholemeal pasta isn't for everyone. The taste is slightly nuttier, the texture is firmer. But if you're trying to turn pasta into a more filling meal without buying protein pasta, this is usually the smarter move. Practical note. Cook it properly. People overcook wholemeal pasta, it goes mushy, and then they blame the product. Pull it earlier. Keep it al dente. So, how do you spot these tricks yourself when I'm not there with you in the aisle? Here's your quick checklist. First, always check unit price. Dollars per 100 grams is the truth serum in the pasta aisle. If one box is $1.38 per 100 grams and another is 18 cents per 100 grams, you're not comparing brands, you're comparing categories. Second, read the ingredient list like a detective. For standard dry pasta, the simplest version is usually durum wheat semolina. When you see long lists, added fibers, added gluten, added starches, ask yourself why. Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's a gimmick. Third, don't get hypnotized by one word like protein. Ask, protein per dollar. You can boost protein far cheaper by changing the sauce, not the pasta. Fourth, watch serving size tricks. If the serving size is 100 grams dry,
Remember, that becomes a much bigger plate cooked. So, don't assume the nutrition per serve matches how you actually eat. Fifth, for chilled pasta meals, check the percentages. If pasta is 34%, chicken is 14%, and water is near the top, that's a signal. The name on the front can sound premium, while the breakdown says cheap base, small protein. Sixth, treat allergens as non-negotiable. If a recall happens because of an undeclared allergen, that's not a small mistake. That's a label failure. And label failures are exactly what put households at risk. Seventh, keep an eye on recall pages. It takes 2 minutes. Search Australian food recalls and skim the latest list once a month. Because if you miss it, the supermarket shelf won't warn you. Look, the Australian grocery landscape is full of marketing tricks designed to make you spend more while getting less. But when you know what to look for, you take back control. You vote with your wallet. And companies notice. If this video helped you see through the marketing, do me a solid. Hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with someone who buys pasta every week without checking the back label. Because the more Aussies who know these tricks, the harder it gets for brands to get away with them. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode where we uncover more hidden truths behind everyday Aussie products.